Hello, welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 75. Hi, hello, hi, hope you're doing well. Welcome to February. 2022 is already going by pretty quick. How you boys doing today?
Good.
All right.
Pretty good.
Nice. Well, hey, we got a lot of big news to talk about. I'm going to talk a little bit about Pokemon Legends. Got some big new business news. And also a big Breath of the Wild 2 rumor that we'll get to later. So, yeah, let's get right in here. Starting off, we are the number 235th ranked podcast in Spain right now. So, shouts out to Spain.
All you listeners in Spain.
So, yeah, shout outs to all you Spain listeners out there. I don't even know how God, 235? There's that many podcasts? In Spain?
Well, that air in Spain.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Or my better question is, like, there's only 200? Like, there's got to be more than that, right? Like, how...
We last?
I
No,
don't
because
know.
it took over a year for them to hit us up and tell us
I
that we are.
guess. How far does this go? That's my question.
We got one listener in Spain, and that's how we got to 235.
Amazing. Love that for us.
Yeah, so big dubs there. Happy 25th anniversary to Final Fantasy VII. It will be gone by the time you're listening to this, but it's this week, so
It's on the day we're recording.
yeah. I need to play through more of that game. I played a little bit more of the original copy on my PlayStation not too long ago.
The original or the remake? You want to play more one?
I need to play both, but the original I got past. Oh, where did I leave off? I was on an airship.
Okay.
And then
the High Wind, right?
I think so. Like I went through the marching thing. Like you have to dress up as a military guy, Shinra guy, do a bunch of marching, and then you like go. You take like a weird trolley that has plane propellers on it to like it's like the Golden Planet or something. I can't remember what the name of it is. Anyway, I think that's where I left off. Anyway, so yeah, first actual thing here, Pokemon Legends. How do you guys like it so far?
A lot.
Oh yeah.
So the graphics are a little low quality, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it runs fast. It's not lagging. There's more moves than there have been in years. Like Flame Wheel, I love it. He gets into it's about the same animation of rollout, except it's all fire and it's spinning, and they run forward with it, and it's great.
Yeah, it's kind of like the classic version, like from the Pixel games. And then Stone Edge, or not Stone Edge. What is it? I can't think of
Don't
the
hurt
move.
yourself.
It is the one. It's one of the trap moves, like to damage your opponent as they're getting in. The rock one. I feel like I'm the only one that would know what that is, and I don't remember what it is right now. It'll come to me. But
he thinks of that.
But that's an attack now. It's not like, since there's no, actual battle. That one is just an attack.
That's true. That's part of the part that's interesting. If you get in a fight, there's other Pokemon around. They can jump in and also fight against you.
That's true.
I actually don't mind the graphics that much, to be honest. And I'd much prefer it to be the way it is and have smooth 60 FPS gameplay than I would to have
I
stuff
agree
that
with
looks
you
like
on
Breath
that.
of the Wild, but it can barely reach 25.
See, but here was the problem we were dealing with. It looked worse than this, and we weren't getting 60 FPS. We were getting like 30 or 20, like not stable, because you would walk in a big town and the FPS would drop.
Yeah. I mean, but it's been fine for me so far, at least.
Like, so you have it as well.
Yeah, I ended up getting it yesterday. I was like, I need to use my GameStop coupon for the month.
Fair.
Might as well.
Are you playing
Little-
it on OLED?
Huh?
Are you playing it on your OLED?
What kind of question is that?
Didn't you get one?
Yeah. Well, why would I not play it on my? Oh yeah, I got this big fancy new Switch. Let me go play on the old shitty one.
Oh, genius.
Game's a little handholdy,
At the beginning.
but at least it makes sense for this. Not, hey, do you know about gyms? Yes, let me go.
Here's how you use
Okay.
a Pokeball.
Ugh, let me go.
No.
I'll find it myself, please. Let go of my hand.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just so new. I'm like kind of thrown away. I
So-
still am not really like used to the fact of how new this feels.
Yeah, I do like a lot of the references to things, like the fact that you use apricots to make Pokeballs, like
Yeah.
gold and silver. The fact that one of the quests is a Drifloom is by kids, because its Pokedex entry talks about how Driflooms will steal kids, like it will carry it away.
That's messed up.
Dude, read like a bunch of the Pokedex entries. They're all like super messed up for like ghost types.
I
Yeah,
guess
they
it makes
are.
sense for ghost types.
Yeah, no. It's quite interesting. I picked up so many quests on it, and then I haven't even like really started it because I'm trying to like do the story beats, as many of them as I can.
People have already
Like
beaten
recording.
it.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
not me though, but it's only 18 hours, which isn't that bad. So
Yeah, and if you got nothing else to do, like exist or shower, then 18 hours isn't all that bad.
in a weekend, well, I'm not that person. I have not beaten.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like it doesn't really matter how long a game is. People will beat it,
Pretty
If they
quickly,
can.
yeah, as quickly as they can.
Royal told people no.
Um. So yeah, pretty good overall. Recommend so far. We'll talk about it more later once we've actually had time to play it a lot more than a couple days. But
Yeah, I've only just gotten the first rank, and then I've been doing things with that first rank.
okay.
I think I could technically. No, I am second rank.
Like 2 stars or 1 star.
2 stars.
Okay.
I'm 1 star, and I'm like a little over halfway to the second one.
I'm like a few for. If I turn in these Pokemon, I think I'd be at the second rank. But I'm like walking across a water bridge right now that had a giant bar barrel.
Oh, I know where that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 planned for reveal this year. So we talked about this previously a little bit in a rumor thing, which is exciting.
I'm definitely excited for it.
Yeah, a lot of people are. I mean, that was a huge
Yeah.
game, so definitely that's going to be big. And speaking of Sony, Sony's buying Bungie for $3.6 billion. Bungie is known for the first several Halo games and most recently for Destiny. That's kind of what they've been doing mostly for a long time.
I still feel the same way about this as I did about Microsoft's.
Yeah, it just kind of
Like-
sounds like their follow-up.
Except I think Microsoft's got a better bang for their buck for their money.
Oh yeah.
Sony's like,
Dude,
we're buying Bungie, and I'm like, you could have not. You could have saved $3.6 billion and bought something else.
yeah. So, like, you get the company that did Destiny, which like nobody cares about anymore, and everybody that does care about Destiny knows that it's horrible.
Yeah,
So
they
they're
just
gonna-
like the horribleness.
Yeah, and they made Halo, but you don't get any part of that.
Yeah, right?
You don't get any
And I
part of
get
that.
it. The other ones they would consider are all Japanese, and it's very hard to buy a Japanese company because of
Yeah.
all the industry parts they're in, and the fact that they're part of like the banks or something like that. It's like very complicated to prevent people from buying them up. But I was like, really? Really? This is what you spend your money on? Bungie. I mean, it's your money, but like, there's a lot of better things you could have bought.
Yeah, I'm trying to find their list of video games so I could. Yeah, literally. So the only things they have made in this century is Oni, um, Halo 1 through Halo Reach, a game called Crimson Steam Pirates, which is a strategy iOS game,
Great. I'm so
and
glad Sony bought
then
this.
Destiny, and then Destiny 2. So all they've been doing in the past 5 years is Destiny 2 stuff.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, why'd you buy this? Anyways, I was gonna pull up a picture I had that was all of Sony's teams, but I started laughing because cheap ass gamer posted a thing where it says Boggle $3.99 for Xbox. It has a picture of Peggy Hill.
Boggle. Classic. Apparently Sony is planning more acquisitions, so not shocking.
Yeah, Bungie is their 22nd studio, and Sony's obviously gonna go. You got to get to work because all the others have projects they're working on right now.
Yeah. I really just hope Sony doesn't start buying like really stupid ones. Just
Right,
because
if
they're,
you're
like,
gonna
desperate.
buy
Yeah.
ones, at least make it make sense and maybe like, yeah, I can see how you're buying this and it will help you
Didn't
against
who bought the Candy
Microsoft.
Crush guys?
Who bought who?
Microsoft.
Oh, Microsoft
Microsoft
got
bought Candy Crush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got them in the acquisition, didn't they?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't worry,
Also,
Candy Crush is coming to Xbox.
This one makes me feel weird. Almost every purchase Sony's ever done is a team they built.
Well, it makes some sense.
They didn't build this team. Technically, Microsoft did.
Yeah, Microsoft really said, we don't need it.
Well, I mean, Microsoft said that a long time ago.
Yeah, they have.
Actually, Microsoft didn't say anything. Bungie said, we don't want to do this
Said,
anymore.
we don't want this.
He said, we're done with Halo.
There's the real.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess stay tuned. We'll talk about more as they come. Sony has changed the text on the PlayStation Plus prompt image for next month from for PlayStation Plus members to available this month at no extra cost. I bet that's to bait more people into clicking on it, so then they'll be like, "Oh, I have to buy a PlayStation Plus membership."
But it's just weird.
Yeah. PlayStation 3 and Vita Store digital purchases can only be made with wallet funds, so you have to like buy a PlayStation card. Which I think was like their compromise from when they were going to take it down entirely. I think PlayStation doesn't want to deal with like credit card fees anymore. Like they're not making a lot of money off of it. So.
Which is fair. I mean, if this makes them keep it open, I'll accept it.
Yeah. PlayStation is doing a crossover with Discord, so now you can have your friends know what you're doing more of your time.
I have not connected mine yet because I'm like, oh no. I mean, my Steam's not connected.
If there's one person that should connect it, it's yours because you're always on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on Nintendo right now. I'm beating a different.
Yeah,
beating
it's
a
you're
game
on the podcast. Just wait until Discord comes to Switch.
Oh no! Could you imagine it knows all my time?
Gran Turismo 7 State of Play comes out on Wednesday? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
How did I miss that?
It was announced like just today.
Dang. Well, yeah, I'm definitely watching that. I'm hyped.
You glad I write this list? I find the things that I don't care about, but I'm like, I'll include it.
I care
But it
about
will
that.
be 30 minutes of just it, and I'm like, okay, that disappoints me. I don't
I'm here
mind that it's the focus. I just want other things included. But Sony's honest upfront about their things. They're like, this is all we're showing, so that's all it's gonna be.
I'm here. I'm here for it. Xbox is changing how it handles automatic renewals for both Game Pass and Xbox Live Gold subscriptions in the UK after the government got involved. What were they doing?
They were just letting, like everybody else, they were just letting it run even if you weren't using it. Like the subscription.
Like they wouldn't even alert you or anything?
Right. So now they're canceling inactive accounts.
Man, that's like, we should do that over here. That should be a thing over here.
Yeah.
Because
there's so many people that just let their things run.
That's why everybody likes subscription services, because a lot of people just forget to cancel it. Companies make so much money on that.
Yeah.
That's why I have to track everything in a spreadsheet like a dork.
When did I order? Do I still want it? Okay. No. I mean, typically, if I'm like, I already got it for this, I cancel it like the day I set it up.
Yeah. All right, Collector's Corner. This is the weekly segment where we go around and talk about games we've been playing, and things that have been going on and whatnot. So
and purchases and blah.
Yeah. So Cooper, kick us off here.
All right. I haven't really been doing a lot. I've just been kind of chilling. I've been playing a good bit of Minecraft, bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and a bit of Fae, like the usual. And have I been doing anything else? No, I don't think so. I mean, besides like cool math at school, I guess, but like that doesn't really count. Yeah, but that's about it. I just been chilling this week. Oh, I forgot. I tried out for Allstate, and without practicing,
Not supposed to admit that on a public forum.
with hours delved into and hard work ethics, I made district and great line skills. Thank you.
Yeah.
The other one is way more believable. I'm so sorry.
He still made district.
Yeah. I actually made district, which is awesome.
Is there anything better than District?
Allstate.
Allstate, but
Oh yeah, you suck.
District's pretty hard to make though, but now all 4 holds have made district.
Yeah, it's the last one.
I'm glad Cooper really cared to get it. He was really trying his best.
I know.
Right.
I really wanted to get it, guys. I wasn't like aiming to fail or anything. No.
Cameron, your camera's so bad. You're frozen again.
I totally didn't just want to like not make it so I didn't have to burn a Friday and a Saturday. No. But it's fine. I'll enjoy it. I'll find fun with it. There's people I like that made it, so
Cool.
we could be chilling. Yeah.
Cameron?
Sorry, trying to eat. So I finally finished Pokemon Pearl, Shining Pearl. And then I started Pokemon Arceus. And yesterday I played Toy Story Mania.
Neat.
That counts as a game.
All right. Alex?
Okay. Hold on, I gotta bring up my list thing. Alright. I bought Pokemon Legends Arceus, with Amazon, so that I
me
could
too. I did that too, but it was at GameStop.
get the Gabite outfit. I bought Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection for $10.
Nice.
I bought Sonic Adventure DX on the PS3, which is how I found out about the way that you have to put money in your wallet, not just use your card. I beat Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy.
Gee. Wow. Cooking with gas.
But Uncharted Lost Legacy has one of my favorite collectibles. First off, once you get it, you wear it like the whole time, which is super cool. But it causes like ringing and vibrations when you're near other treasure. So you get this item called the Queen's Ruby if you go find all these token things, and then it helps you find the other treasure. So I don't usually go out of my way to find treasure, but I did for this one just because I was like, well, if they're making me find 11 things, what's this give? It's got to be good, right? So it gave me that. So on my list, there's like the usual things of my Uncharted where there's like gaps between treasure, and then all of a sudden there's a point where it's every treasure till the end of the game.
Yeah.
Just because it caused ringing when I was near the others. But playing those PS5 games after playing so many PS4 games reminded me how much I miss haptic feedback and adaptive triggers.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, when you play a bunch without it, you're okay. But once you go back, you're like, oh yeah, this is really nice. I played a bunch of Pokemon Legends of Arceus, but we already talked a decent amount about that. And I canceled my roommate Rune Factory Earthmate Edition pre-ordered, and pre-ordered AI the Insomnia Files 2 Collector's Edition, which I will see.
The only word I understood out of that was Rune Factory.
Right. I canceled that pre-order though because it's $80 and I don't have that $80 to spend on something I don't know if I'll play for a collector's edition. But I know I'll play this because I played the first one and I liked it. This is what comes in the collector's edition: a statue, an art book, and a soundtrack.
Nice.
It's been a while since I've gotten one with like actual worthwhile things, not just here's an art book. Wow, thanks. I mean, I love art books, but I want other things.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so yeah, Pokemon Legends obviously. Stardew Valley a little bit. Apex Legends per usual. And
Those two are
tryouts-
just your defaults, though.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then played a bunch of those Wii games. Man, Ninja Bread Man that filled all like that. It exceeded my expectations of how bad it was. The controls were like Sonic based, like momentum based, so you had to build up speed. But it was like so quick at building up speed that it just felt like you were lagging. It was horrible. And then to jump, you had to shake the nunchuck up. Not like push the A button, but do this. And if you wanted the double jump, then you had to do it twice in quick succession. But if you got the timing even a little bit off, you'd fuck yourself. That's basically it.
This is the greatest control
and then you shake the
I've ever
Wiimote
heard
to
of.
swing your sword, and you can only do it like once every 5 seconds. Because if you try to go quicker than that, the Wiimote gets confused, and you just are screwed. You have to stop moving and wait a second, and then start moving again, and then you can swing your sword again. It's really bad. I didn't even get. I got a quarter of the way through the first level. I did the training, and then I did a quarter of the way through the first level, and was like, okay, I've had my fill. Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles is actually really fun.
Okay. That's understandable, though.
Call of Duty
At
3
work-
sucks.
At worst, for a Resident Evil game, I was expecting it's okay. It's playable.
I mean, it's just an on-rail shooter. Like it's
Yeah,
surprisingly
no.
it's got a lot of depth for an on-rail shooter.
It's got a story, right?
Like healing
all
and
over the
grenades, and you've
timeline.
got a knife you can always access, and multiple guns you can switch between and stuff. Yeah, there's a story around it. So that was pretty fun. Played a lot of Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort this weekend.
I still need to track down Wii Sports U or Wii U Resort, something like that. There was a Wii U sports
Yeah.
game. I don't have it.
And also played a little bit of Mario Kart Wii with some friends, which is also the reason I played a lot of Wii Sports. And yeah, that's about it.
Good. Good lineup. At least you got a few actual good games with all that trash you bought, though.
Yeah, and I've still got like a bunch more to try out. I kind of got exhausted after trying so many.
Oh,
games.
absolutely.
Yeah, I got like through like 8, and I was like, okay, I'm done for today. It's a lot of games. Okay, Cooper, what's the Faye news this week?
Great question.
I've helped you out. It's on the podcast.
There's no way. Hang on.
He doesn't even have his
Okay.
sheet up.
Alright, so Choose Your Legend 6 has ended. We're to see the results probably by the time this podcast comes out, actually. So we'll be talking about who won next podcast. But for now, we're just waiting for the results. And Saint Elamine?
Elamine.
Saint Elamine from Binding Blade, who was only originally seen in a Mario Kart Double Dash bonus disc. Only that was the only art ever of her, was added into Faye, which was really cool. She's pretty broken. She negates like 50 plus skills. She's really good. And she's the first ever staff mythic, which is really cool. But yeah, other than that, it's just been kind of chilling. Oh, we do have a voting gauntlet, which is pretty cool. I forgot about that. I forget the results, but right now I know Zero's to the second round. Hang on, I'll check real quick.
Cameron, are you a grown-ass man eating Uncrustables and Doritos for dinner? Violently shakes his head because his mouth is full of Uncrustables.
Look, listen, my old roommate left them, and I don't have any bread right now. So.
Oh, I can't make my own PB and I can't make my own Uncrustables, so I guess I have to eat these.
Yeah, I don't want to, but they're the only thing I have right now.
Oh, bullshit.
Right? It's like an easy meal. Why would
It's
you
not a meal, dude. It's Uncrustables. I'm not saying I wouldn't do that. I'm saying I totally would do that, but you can't call that a meal.
Oh, it's not a meal.
You eat like
It's-
2, and then you have like
And then
enough of
like nothing's changed. Your hunger is still the same as it was before you ate those 2 Uncrustables. But now you're riding the sugar high, so you're gonna feel like shit in 15 minutes. And you're still hungry. Yeah. That's why I don't buy those, because I'll eat the whole box in like 2 days, and then I just want to die.
It's so
This is why I have
It
to
feels
stop
good.
buying-
It feels good going down. That's about it.
This is why I have to stop buying.
These are supposed to be a snack. Now I mean,
I think I'm actually hungrier than before I ate them. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we're currently in the second round of voting gauntlet with Raphael, Duo Azura, Carla, and Nyla. By the time the podcast comes out, we'll be in the final round, and we'll discuss results for that also next podcast. Yay!
you make a lot of promises and then you don't remember what you promised.
Oh yeah, no, I never follow through. I'm not trustworthy.
We'll talk about it. Don't worry. Forget.
You're saying a lot of things you shouldn't say right
No,
now.
no, you can trust me with all your money. for
I
real.
can trust you to practice for band.
Yes.
in band.
I will practice in class, guys. I'm gonna practice with the class. Don't worry.
All right.
I can sight read.
So back to tidbits. MLB The
Not
Show
really.
22 is coming to Switch and Xbox Game Pass day one. So last year MLB The Show came to Game
Cool.
Pass for the first time, so that was big. But now it's coming to Switch. I still like it's cool that it's coming to Switch because like when's the last time a actual baseball game was on a Nintendo platform that wasn't Wii Sports or a Mario baseball game like Mario Super Sluggers or something.
Like a real one that's
Yeah,
like
that-
not
that-
just like because Konami released one, but it's not real. It
Yeah, like long
Problem-
time.
probably I'm gonna guess either SNES or N64.
Probably SNES.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's big.
Well,
but
I knew
still,
there were several Maddens on the N64, so that was my guess for that.
Yeah, like the weirder thing still is Game Pass because that's a PlayStation Studio developed game that is now free to Xbox people, but it is not free to PlayStation people. That was a big controversy when this came out on
Yeah.
Game Pass last year.
It going to Switch, it being sold on Xbox. Okay, whatever. They're just kind of like, it's a sports game. We'll do better selling it on them. But the Game Pass one's still the.
Yeah, because now all the Sony people are like, why aren't we getting it for free? Or like, for
This
a
is your
subscription
own
service?"
game.
Yeah. Yeah. So, if you're into baseball, there you go. Sega is officially out of the Japanese arcade business. Press F in the chat.
It's a sad day.
Yeah.
It was sad when they sold the arcade thing. It's even sadder
Yeah.
that they're officially done.
Retro Studios is looking for a tools engineer and a technology engineer for Metroid Prime 4. Tools engineer?
Yeah.
Should I apply?
Yeah. If you want to move to Texas.
I mean, I would, but well, I gotta stay at my current job long enough to not have to pay back my sign-on bonus. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll let me start
So-
later this year. I'm
No,
kidding. I
they're
wouldn't leave
probably-
my company that's listening to this podcast right now. I'm joking.
They're probably looking for someone who can sign on immediately, though.
Yeah, not
So
couldn't
nobody
be,
in this
couldn't be
podcast.
me.
But also, I'd be worried to work for Retro Studios if they're looking for this stuff now, and they've been working on the game for 3 years. So that means Metroid 6 is going to come out before Prime 4.
Yeah.
We heard it here first, folks.
Gameplay footage released of the canceled Boba Fett game Star Wars 1313. Neat. Scott the Wasp
Looks
talked
pretty
about
good. Yeah, looks pretty good.
that. Nintendo copyright blocked 1,300 songs on a YouTube channel that goes by Gilva Sunner. So
I mean, I feel kind of bad he got copyright, but you take that risk with like any music, but especially Nintendo. They're like striking down music all the time on YouTube.
pretty much anyone that owns music is striking it down. 'Cause
Yeah, right?
people post it just to get free. Like it's the easiest way to make money on YouTube is to just post.
Yeah.
Like
Because people will subscribe to your channel because you've got the music.
yeah, and you just get a
And
ton
then-
of free views because the content requires watching the video, which is the music.
Right. And then
So-
people will get mad that these companies come in and copyright strike
You're
them.
making me
for-
have to find an actual way to make money. I can't
Oh,
just
yeah.
cheese this
At
music
least
system.
gameplay, or like people who take the cutscenes and after beating the game and cut it into a movie, that takes a lot of work. The music's. I took the sound file. I have uploaded the sound file. Give me the views.
Give me your money. No, I mean, in that same vein though, like one of the most popular videos on my channel is the Edelgard Dimitri video, where I did exactly what you're just describing with pulling the cutscenes.
It's not really cutscenes. Yours are the conversations.
No, there's both.
Oh, Well, whatever.
The lie. I know my video. How dare you? The
Your
absolute
better one didn't make as many views, and that makes me sad.
The game was also old by then.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14 Live Letter 68 announced for February 18th. The next 10 years of Final Fantasy 14. Live Letter 68? What is that?
Don't know. Never played the MMO Final Fantasy.
Well, alright then. MMO stuff. Halo Paramount Plus trailer released. Comes out on March 24th. I saw advertisements for this yesterday watching the NFL championship games.
I look through the comments because I don't know enough about Halo to comment. Generally, people are like, it looks really good. Like, the set design, the character design. And then they're like, but the story they're going with is stupid. They're
Shocker.
going heavily into the politics of Halo. And who wants to watch that?
The same people that
Nobody.
like Dune. Because the setting and the idea is really cool, and then they just barf politics in it.
You're like, this isn't what I
People
want.
like the hell out of that, so there you go.
Yeah.
Ruin something else with your dirty politics. An Apex Legends Defiance gameplay trailer dropped today of this recording, and so you should definitely go check it out. I am so hyped for a new season. New character called Mad Maggie, who is ex-best friend of Fuse. And she's pissed.
Which one's Fuse?
The Australian guy that can shoot
Always
grenades
drinking?
from his and he can like he stores extra grenades and he can like throw them from his wrist and he has that fire launcher on his back.
Okay. Is Maggie the one that attacked him in his trailer?
I don't. Maybe. I can't remember.
He's like on an airship and it gets like struck down.
Yeah. Possibly, but I can't remember for sure. But yeah. So she's in the games now. She's insane, and also pretty cool. So she has two passives. One is that when she damages somebody, they get temporarily highlighted. So kind of like Bloodhound scan, but instead of scanning, you have to hit
You've
them.
actually got to be good.
Yeah, you got to hit them first. And then also she just moves faster when she's holding a shotgun. She gets a boost in movement speeds while holding a shotgun.
That's weird.
Yeah. Her tactical is a drill that will burn. Like she fires a drill, and the bit spins through the air and will burn through enemies and obstacles.
Cool.
And then her ultimate is a wrecking ball, which is like you just shoot a huge ball that's a bouncing bomb. It releases speed boosting pads in its path, and also explodes. So pretty sick. The season overall is gonna be pretty cool. Olympus is back, but it's destroyed now. There's a new limited time mode called Control. It's going to be available for 3 weeks. It's basically like Domination in Call of Duty. Have you ever played like control the points on the map? There's 3 points on the map, and you have to control them.
So Splatoon's mode.
Splat zones, but it's with 3 points instead of 2 points.
So there were some maps with Splat Zone that had 3 though.
Doesn't the zone move? In
No,
splat
that's
zones?
tower control.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of.
There's like one where it's like you've got to ink up this area and be the one to hold it.
Yeah, but isn't there usually, or I guess there are multiple. So yeah, but that is also a ripoff of Domination. This is, but like even more so than what Splatoon did. It's literally a carbon copy of Domination mode for Call of Duty.
What's that called? The one where you push people out of the King of the Hill or whatever.
Kinda.
Like cheers them.
Like there's 3 points on the map, and you have to control the area by capturing it. I think.
Okay. To the next area.
And it's 9v9.
It's
dang.
Yeah.
Lord.
So
I don't know 9 people.
and like infinite respawns and like preset loadouts. So literally just Call of Duty. And then also there's login rewards for the 3rd anniversary. There's new rewards each week. The first week it's Octane stuff. And then the second week it's Watson stuff, and the last week it's Valkyrie stuff. You get a bunch of themed
I must
packs.
request the Watson stuff.
So you get 3 Octane thematic packs. So it like includes some regular stuff and also some Octane stuff. And then the next week you get thematic packs for Watson, and then the final one you get a thematic pack and 1 legendary pack, which is a pack guaranteed to contain at least 1 gold item.
Okay, has that started?
No, that starts February. It starts when the new season comes out.
Which is
February 8th.
okay.
Cool.
So next Tuesday.
I'll forget, but I do want to do it.
And yeah, so big excited for that. It's gonna be fun. I'm dying to know about the guns. I'm pretty sure the Octane, or not the Octane, the alternator is still going to be in the crate, because in the trailer they had it firing with disruptor rounds, which means it's probably coming from the crate. But I'm hoping at least one of the guns changes up or something. Anyway, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is developing a new video game movie that is reportedly Call of Duty. Speaking of Call of Duty, we don't know for sure. He can't talk about it, but that's what the main guess seems to be. So yeah, I guess we'll see a new video game movie by The Rock. Hopefully it's better than Doom. Star Wars Eclipse is to have Fallen Order-like combat, more playable characters than any other Quantic Dream game.
So let's see. I've only beaten 1 Quantic Dream game, so I think Heavy Rain had 5 though, or something like that.
Well, all right.
I just want a lot of choices.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't, because sometimes I like can't decide.
Right.
I'm very indecisive.
True, but that's what their studio's known for, which is why I want it.
The BD droid type from Jedi Fallen Order made its first appearance in the live-action Book of Boba Fett.
So live-action Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see that. Not because I'm caught up, because Jess was watching it.
They stole the animation straight from the game.
Yeah, they did.
They went, we already got them. Let's just use them.
Let's just reuse these exact ones, but in higher quality.
Yeah.
We got one old but still interesting tidbit here this week. All the party members from Paper Mario 64 were supposed to return in the 1,000-Year Door, but in the end, only 2 returned in the final game. Parakarry in the game's intro, and Bo after beating the game.
Where was she?
Wherever you take the train to. She's in front of the museum with her butler.
Oh, okay.
All right, some rumors here, and then we'll finish up with the Breath of the Wild 2 rumor. Leaker Riddler Q says we will see Pokemon Legends Arceus DLC in April.
Believable.
Yeah. I see
Yeah.
that. Witcher's Gwent is getting a single-player standalone game later this year, so like a spin-off.
I assume. I don't know much about Witcher stuff though.
Yeah, weird. Blackbird Interactive are potentially making one of the 2 previously rumored Minecraft spin-offs, which are...
I don't know. We never talked about Minecraft spin-offs. But they made one of the games that already exist, like one of the spin-offs. Either stories or dungeons, I don't remember.
Okay.
Or they might have made the online one. The Realms.
Wait, I thought...
Realms?
Yeah.
Realms.
Look. I don't know. They made something with Minecraft before though.
Okay.
If you say so.
Lollipop Chainsaw and Shadow of the Damned among Grasshopper manufacturer next 5 projects. That
Look,
was
I just took this
hard.
title straight off.
That was hard to read. Well, whoever wrote that title needs to be shot. That's
I just went copy paste. I was like, okay.
I don't want to understand this.
First off, don't use the word among. That word is banned. Iraqi and Pokemon Legends says Among Us.
They've said Among Us multiple times, Grant.
I know!
Grant, when they say Among Us.
Grant
and
went
Pokemon.
Among or Us.
Grant.
Even Us bothers me now. You know how ruined I am mentally because of Among Us? I hear Us, and I'm like, sussy.
Grant's like, I need someone to be able to mess with my brain, like in the sci-fi things, just to fix the
Yeah.
link.
Yeah, can I
Remove
go in the
all
Terminator or
references of Among
the,
Us.
what's the, movie with Arnold No, the movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger goes to Mars because, like, he discovers that, like, he's had a bunch of, like, fake memories implanted in his brain. Total Recall. Like that, yeah. Let me get some of that. Let me recall a time before.
Nothing else.
Among
I
Us.
just need you to fix this one.
Look, you got listen. You got to just block it out.
All Among Us.
Among Us does not exist.
But maybe not though, because like maybe like when I'm 55, it'll all like start rushing back, and I won't be able to remember all of it. So like people say Among Us, I just think it's hilarious, but I don't know why I think it's hilarious. I can't remember it.
No, someone comes up to
Cooper
like,
laughing in the middle of class.
Like somebody comes up to you and it's like, "Hey, can I vent to you?" And you start beating them up for no reason.
Luckily, Vent doesn't always get me. Sometimes it gets me, but sometimes I'm lucky enough to not make it. But literally,
right.
Us. It's only a matter of time before Vent gets to me.
Grant, any word that can be associated, sabotage.
No, it's mostly just Among Us and Among Us.
Sussy.
And sus. Suspect, suspicious, imposter. Red.
Grant looked at the
Alright.
Fortnite thing where they called it imposter and went. But that was just Among Us.
Imposter.
Ugh.
Is imposter one or
Yes.
imposter?
Can we stop talking about this now? I'm starting to get angry. Account NGT on Twitter says Hogwarts Legacy will release in September and to expect a trailer in February. Well, all right. Their Twitter account no longer exists. So do you think they got it right?
I don't know, but I was like, I'm gonna include this part.
No longer exists. Either he got threatened or he got it right, and they're like, delete your account.
We're not even. You're done.
Yeah. Nate PlayStation Part 2 rumors. There's a bunch of PlayStation stuff here. PSVR 2 is expected to launch in September or October of this year, which is very close.
Very believable though. But
Yeah.
I kind of want the controllers though. I love how they look.
Yeah. They're finally normal VR controllers.
Yeah. But with HD Rumble, which I'm.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Horizon VR will be available at launch. So, cool. There are claims that it will not be backwards compatible due to technical issues. However, a marketing specialist from Reset Era has heard it will be. I would assume it would be. Why would
It needs to be, or
how
people are
would
going to be
VR be
mad.
not backwards compatible? It's the same tech.
Just better.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't get that. I don't get that at all. PS Spartacus will merge PS Now into PS Plus closer to Nintendo Switch Online instead of Game Pass.
Like it will be closer in style.
Okay. Announcement at the end of the fiscal year, so March. Sometime. Does it begin in March?
No,
or does
I have March 31st is the last day.
March 31st, so
he had
April.
like April to June
Okay.
listed.
So quarter one
Of the next fiscal year.
Yeah. 100 PS1 games at launch, PS2 and PSP games coming later. PS3 games will be streamed.
Which I hope isn't true. I want them to be download, please.
Yeah.
Please don't make me deal with streaming.
The service will be restricted to the 19 countries with PlayStation Now that's currently accessible.
Yeah, they said they want to expand it though from that.
Might be able to buy legacy software. Not sure if you need to be subscribed or not. So you might be able to buy the software externally of having a subscription.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. Super Mario Warriors game, so like Dynasty Warrior, like Hyrule Warriors, but
yes,
Mario crossover.
With Mario.
So
I don't know how I feel about that one. It could be
it
either really cool or it's gonna be stupid like Rabbids.
Yeah, I'm always down for more Dynasty Warrior style content. That is one of my favorite genres of games.
It's gotta run better.
It's gotta run better.
Look, I don't know.
It can't be. Oh, we did. What is it? Age of Calamity again, and it runs at 7. Please stop.
I wouldn't buy it. I would not buy it. I would straight up not buy it.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if Age of Calamity runs better. I haven't gone back because I've been beating games instead of being like.
I didn't even bring it.
Just taking my eyes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's that one's a toss up because like the original Zelda Warriors,
Hyrule Warriors is fantastic
Warriors.
and runs
really
fantastic.
Well. Great.
Except on the regular 3DS, which
that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Why are you playing it on that? What kind of freak are you?
You can play it on 4 devices, and the worst one's Legends on 3DS, and it's got regular 3DS, and it's like, why was this even available? The new 3DS had like its own boxes at this point. You could have locked it to that.
Yeah, they were too afraid to do it.
Then they did it for Fire Emblem Warriors. They were like, just new 3DS.
Yeah, no, that's I want it if it's like Hyrule Warriors and not Age of Calamity.
Right. I just want stable frame rates, and
I don't really know what they could do story wise.
But it could be cool if they just start taking like all Mario, like not just Super Mario, but like the extended stuff like Wario and Yoshi and Donkey Kong.
And
yeah. Oh yeah, no. If they actually, so kind of delving more into like the Mario baseball that they did on the Wii.
Yes,
where it was like.
But even baseball didn't use Wario stuff.
That's true. It had Wario, but like
it had Wario, but not stuff from Land and not stuff from like Micro Collection.
If you delve into the world with the other characters,
I want the team from Hyrule Warriors though, not the Age of Calamity one. The one that was like, all right, for the DLC, we're getting weird. Here's Marin from Link's Awakening. She uses a bell. Here's Tinkle. He uses balloons.
Great.
I was gonna make a gun joke, but my brain went so fast that I thought of the joke and laughed at it in my head, and then forgot the joke before I even said.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were thinking about. You were like thinking very hard over there.
I was living it up inside my head. Thought of the joke, like that's funny. Forgot it, and then I realized it had been like 5 seconds into me staring at the microphone.
Great did the whole Jimmy Neutron animation without actually saying it.
Time slowed down for me right there. It's like those things like where someone goes inside their own head and they're sitting in a chair watching a screen of their thoughts. That was me right there. Like, that's a
Stream of
good one.
consciousness.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
I
Should I
impress
say it?
myself. I impress myself every day with this.
I've definitely done that before. You come up with a comment that you think's pretty good, and then you forget to say it, but you're like, it's a pretty good comment, though.
Oh, good. Yeah, and I couldn't think of the name. I was gonna be like, yeah, and here's blank. He uses a gun, but
Sniff it.
I don't know. I was gonna say like Johnny or something, like someone who's not even in Zelda, like not even just a name. Yeah, I'm forgetting more of the joke every single. Like, what was I gonna say? Okay. MGS 1 remake? MGS?
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid 1 remake was being made by Bluepoint. It is not being made by Virtuos Studio.
I put that completely wrong. It's supposed to say remake was being made by Bluepoint. It is
And-
now not. It is
and
now
it's gonna
being
be
made.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I'd rather hear.
Alex, you
you
type too
correct it.
fast. You
I
gotta
do
read.
type too fast.
Proof, read 2 words.
This looks good. Next.
All right. And
Cool.
I don't really have any.
I want Bluepoint to port the last Uncharted game, the one they made, and it's exclusive to Vita, and you can't even play it on the Vita TV because it's like Nintendo Land on the gamepad, and it used exclusive features.
All right. Finish
Well,
the
hold
topic.
on.
Yeah.
Before we go into the finishing topic, I did just see that today, the 31st, marks the last day for Harry Potter Wizards Unite.
Rip Niantic's second game. It never did as well anyways.
They never did.
It will be more sad when Pokemon Go finally dies. They did a bad job with Shadow Pokemon, and I'm pretty upset by that.
Mhm.
You had one job. It was to bring in Shadow Lugia, and you went, nah, this looks good.
Yeah.
Alright, let's
All right.
move on to the most exciting part.
Okay, Breath of the Wild 2 4chan rumor. So first off, this is from 4chan, and what does that mean? It's not real.
It's
at all.
100% real. I believe it every time.
So yeah,
If
some
it
guy
doesn't
went
play
on
out
4chan.
like this 4chan rumor, then I don't even know.
So, some guy went on 4chan and said, "I have played Breath of the Wild 2. Ask me away." And it's pretty much totally fake, but nonetheless, let's have a little fun.
Some of
here.
it's fun, though.
Yeah. So apparently, the reason that you don't have the Master Sword at the start of the game, even though it takes place directly after Breath of the Wild 1, is that the sword was placed back on the pedestal you got it from, and Korok Forest is now in the sky.
To be fair, that actually makes a lot of sense, outside the fact that he has it in the trailer. So if they only... Realistically, if they do that and they remove it from the actual game, okay. But like Link returning it, he did it in every game except Breath of the Wild. Like we see it back in the podium.
Yeah. Apparently, the game difficulty is about the same as Breath of the Wild 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are more traditional dungeons, as well as a replacement for shrines, which are even older ruins than shrines were, and they're located all over the overworld.
Look, I'm excited by the idea of traditional dungeons being back, though.
That was like the biggest complaint.
Yeah. The setup is similar to the first game, just a more dramatic intro.
Which we've seen most of the intro.
Yeah. Mostly the same enemies with some evolutions. The music is still simple, but sounds out of tune.
I hope we see more enemies though. There's only like
10.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's new underground enemies that play around with time mechanics.
Interesting.
Items have the same durability as they used to, but there are some enemies that have a time reversal mechanic that ends up with your weapons healing each time you strike them.
Oh, that's cool though.
The plot revolves around time manipulation and another dimension. I mean, there's infinite possibilities with that. It's just gonna see how good they handle that. Green Arm is a motif for courage. Arm is the last power from a sage that gives you new mechanics. Oh, his green arm?
Yeah,
okay.
That he has that's like metal.
I
mean, the new mechanics is pretty obvious. Even if turns out to be fake, that's going to be true. They're not going to be like, well, Link's just Luke now. He's got just a replacement arm. It looks cool.
Zelda plays a role in the character swap mechanic. She's in another dimension, and you have to switch characters for puzzles to influence the regular Hyrule overworld and vice versa. Lots of teamwork between Link and Zelda.
Look, I'm all for that one to be 100% true because
really cool.
I love Spirit Tracks because Zelda plays such a huge role in the game. You and her are working together like the whole time.
Zelda has the Sheikah Slate. No real combat for her from what was played. Mostly stealth and puzzle solving for Zelda. No gear. Inventory is just materials and quests.
Hope it's not too crazy with stealth though.
Yeah.
Like I beat all the Uncharted games I could, and it was like, "Do you want to stealth this section?" And I was like, "No, pull out gun." Bang, bang. I shot everybody. This is easy to get through.
Yeah, stealth is kind of an overused mechanic in a lot of games these days.
Yeah.
So
they're
hopefully they get it right.
Stealth. No, I'm just gonna shoot them.
Yeah.
They're right there.
Link only uses the new powers from the sages, while Zelda uses the slate features from Breath of the Wild 1.
That makes sense.
There's lots of references to Ocarina of Time, which
Great.
Shocking. If there's a time mechanic, there you go.
I don't know how I feel about that. All the Zelda games are like, what are we gonna reference? Ocarina of Time. I'd rather this one reference Majora's Mask though, with tons of fun side quests.
Well,
it's not gonna happen though, but I miss Majora's Mask has some of my favorite side quests in gaming, and I really wish.
What does that have to do with the references, though?
No, but I don't know where I'm going. Okay, let's just drop
Majora's Mask better than Ocarina of Time. We get it,
right? Let's just drop a moon on Breath of the Wild 2, and we'll be good.
Yeah. Identity of the lead sage should satisfy you.
I have no idea what this sentence means.
It means that whoever the sage turns out to be will probably be like, oh, that's so cool. Like, whoever the sage is.
I don't know. We've seen most of the...
It better not be Impa. That's going to be lame.
It's Girom.
Yeah, Impa was my first one, and I'm like, but she's not a sage.
Impa's already in the game.
If it was.
Oh yeah, let's go back to the beginning of the timeline.
Yeah, that would be cool. There's a surrealist tone to it all.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what surrealism means?
Yeah.
I can't explain it, but let's just read a definition. Surrealism was a cultural movement that developed in Europe in the aftermath of World War I, in which artists depicted unnerving, illogical scenes and developed techniques to allow the unconscious mind to express itself. Surrealism aims to revolutionize the human experience. It balances a rational vision of life with one that asserts power of the unconscious in dreams. So it's like stuff that's uncomfortable, it's unnerving, it's like there's a lot of meaning behind it, but it makes you uncomfortable. Like one of the first things that came up
is that skeleton of Ganondorf.
No, was I can't remember the name of the painting, but have y'all seen the painting with like the melting clocks everywhere?
Maybe.
You probably have. You just here. I'll put it in the chat for you guys. This photo.
I'm waiting. All right, let's see. Yes, I've seen this before.
Yeah. So, like, there's a lot of meaning in that, like, in terms of like time melting away, and that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of like uncomfortable thought to be had in it. But that's only kind of stuff that you would see in your dreams. Like it's not real, but it's like your brain can easily come up with it. And it's just crazy and stuff that can make you really uncomfortable if you think too much about it.
So it is like Majora's Mask.
Kinda. Yeah, Majora's Mask is pretty surreal. Like it's all
right.
Like there's not a lot on the surface.
But if you start
but if you start thinking about it in like any amount, you're gonna like get very uncomfortable and like on edge and stuff. So, which makes sense if there's a time mechanic and like Ganon has supposedly become a god and you have to make him mortal again, which we'll talk about in a second. Then that makes a lot of sense. Kill the Past story about champions taking place as new sages, more traditional Link, Ganon, Zelda plot. Kill the Past.
Don't really know what past you would kill.
The past where Ganon becomes invincible, which again we'll talk about in just a second.
Maybe Age of Calamity is actually canon.
And
that's the other timeline.
There's 6 total dungeons, so instead of 4 dungeons in Breath of the Wild 1, there's or is there 5? I guess
there's
4.5.
4 plus Hyrule, right? But like they're not dungeons. They're dungeons in a way, but not really.
Yeah. So there's 6 total. Takes place almost immediately after the first Breath of the Wild.
Which makes sense.
Never saw Ganon, but from what he saw, he can understand that the undead form of Ganon is invincible, and Link and Zelda have to work to restore Ganon's physical prime form to be able to injure him. Bolson dies and is now a ghost who give hints like Cass in Breath of the Wild 1. Bolson? I'm Googling it.
I'm also...
Oh, he was the super quirky, fruity
house
guy.
builder.
Yeah, the house builder guy.
Yeah.
When asked to list 3 things that weren't in the trailers, he replied with, "There's Ian Mola that are like the size of 2 horses that burrow between sky islands. There's double sword weapons, and a power that both slows time and speeds up Link." I like the idea of 2 swords.
I do too.
That sounds fun. Yeah. That sounds really fun. So definitely
A+ on the effort. Even if this is fake, it's really entertaining.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm hoping at least like a quarter of it is real.
I want the Zelda stuff to be real so badly. Yeah. I want her to play another big role like Spirit Tracks.
I don't really care so much how the dungeons turn out. I thought it was a really nice change of pace.
I kind of like
wasn't a regular dungeon.
I like the dungeons in the 2Ds better, anyways.
Yeah. Honestly, like, you know, Breath of the Wild was just such a breath of fresh air in terms of like, oh, it's not the 8 dungeons, go through each one and get the thing to fight Ganon.
Yeah.
It was a lot more, like, it had a lot more meaning to it, and it was a different way. Like, obviously you still fight Ganon in the end, but It's just new.
Nuh-uh, you fight Ganon in 30 minutes.
So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it going back like to somewhat of a more structured dungeon, typical of the Zelda
Right.
game.
Like
I
a
hope it's just still
combination
unique.
between
I
the
want
two.
it to be
Yeah.
different because Breath of the Wild has such a different feel already from any other main Zelda game, and
Honestly, I'm a little surprised, outside of a remake for Link's Awakening, that between these two games we didn't get a new 2D Zelda
um,
game.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not really all that surprised, to be honest. Breath of the Wild 2 was such a huge phenomenon that
right. We were always going to get this, but like to give them a little more time, design some, because the 2D don't take them as long.
yeah, but it's all the same team that usually does it, right, nowadays.
That Zelda had two teams, but I might be wrong.
Um,
I know Enuma is always leading them.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like an Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask thing, except a lot more involved now because games are a lot harder to make than they were in 1999.
Yeah.
Like we've already got all this steam going. People are so hyped about it. You know, like we've already got all the stuff made.
We
don't
build
have to
the
do a
game.
lot-
Built
Yeah, we
DLC
don't have to start
test
from the
it out.
grind out. Everybody like this is a 10 out of 10 game. This is the most desired game in the world ever since Breath of the Wild 1 came out and has been for going on 5 years now. So like, ride that hype and make a lot of money.
Right, but the
and then go back.
5-year line is my point.
Well, it's gonna take them even like they don't want to take longer than they need to. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
they
if
still
you
want
end up
it
putting
out
a
on the
2D
Switch.
yeah. And if you put a 2D out, then that's gonna expect them to give them like 8 years or something.
Yes, maybe. But they also could have said it in that year where we didn't get a Zelda game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect a Zelda game every year.
Yeah, we don't want Zelda being a yearly franchise.
Like
It is
Zelda's,
usually.
Zelda's notorious for long wait times between like main entries. I think. I mean, there's like usually some spin-offs and whatnot.
Thought
that
there
fill the
was-
gap, but
There was like yearly franchise for a while there. Fuck. I mean, I know with remakes it definitely like remakes and ports it probably is. Okay, not yearly, but usually we would get at least one game every 2 years. So yeah, we're still on track with that kind of though.
yeah. I don't know.
But
But also,
yeah.
this is not a typical Zelda game. There's so much more that goes into Breath of the Wild.
True, and there's a lot
Because
that
it's
they
open
already
world and all
had.
that shit. Yeah.
They can already build off the map they already had. But I'm glad they're kind of like, yeah, Hyrule's gonna be there, but realistically, you're gonna want to be underground or in the sky more than
On
the
this-
map you already did.
Yeah. So, yeah, exciting stuff coming for Breath of the Wild 2. Can't wait. Supposedly still this year. So we'll see about that.
Could be delayed though. Breath of the Wild 1
Could
was
be is an
delayed.
understatement. I'm expecting 2023.
Minimum.
I think there's a chance
be-
though. They seem adamant this year, and there isn't like where we should have gotten Breath of the Wild 1 in 2015, and then they went
Switch.
Switch, so we're gonna delay it for the Switch.
Well, before that, they went like, actually, it's going to come out in 2016. Okay, now it's going to come out for the Switch.
Yeah, but it
So-
got delayed for the best thing I've ever heard. Horses don't run into trees in real life, so horses won't run into trees in the game.
All right, yeah, the dogs are yelling at us at the end of this episode, so we're going to call it there. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed. Share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere where you listen to your podcasts, you can find us. Tell us what you think about the Breath of the Wild rumors. It's super exciting. And man, these dogs are really rushing me. So, bye bye. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.